vibe is massive, it's supernatural. Keep it factual, you know you're maxing back. Look at the way they hold they chat. Honestly amazing, I want you on occasion. I can do you.
Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. If you are new, my name is Melly Gonzalez and welcome. She has done it again. My girl Christen Dominique is coming at you again with a brand new palette. I am absolutely obsessed with Christen Dominique. She is one of the first YouTubers that I started watching when I started getting into makeup, and she is just a whole vibe, okay? If you do not know who Christen Dominique is, you should get to know her. Go follow her on YouTube. She is such a beautiful soul from the inside out. She is such a beautiful human being, and I just love watching her videos. But honestly, I really just love her makeup brand. A lot of YouTubers over the years have tried coming out with their own makeup brands. Some of them have been hits and some of them have been total miss. But I do have to tell you guys that Christen Dominique, her makeup brand has honestly been a huge hit. I literally have almost every single one of her palettes. Just so you guys don't think that I am lying, I have the original Latte palette by Christen Dominique. You guys all know this is my favorite highlighter. I love Machiatto, which is actually the highlighter that I used for today's look. We have the Latte 2 palette, which is absolutely stunning as well. And of course, we have Rustic Glam, which was also one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes as well. I just love the color scheme in this palette. I'm not done. We got Berries and Cream, which is also a very, very beautiful palette as well. I have one of her limited edition winter collection, which was a sweater weather. It was this super itty bitty tiny eyeshadow palette, but let me tell you, this purple shade is everything. Christen Dominique also has the Celestial Storm palette and the Lemonade collection, which the Lemonade collection was a limited time collection that I unfortunately did not purchase. And the Celestial Storm palette, I personally did not purchase it as well, and I think it's actually sold out. I don't know if they sell it anymore. Her matte lipsticks are also very beautiful. So honestly, I'm such a huge fan of Christen Dominique. Her palettes are gorgeous and to die for. So Dominique, if you ever see this video, just keep them coming, honey, because they are absolutely beautiful. You are beautiful, and just keep doing great things. So before we get into today's palette and before I continue just rambling on about Christen Dominique, I did want to welcome you guys to the first part of my two-part Valentine's Day series. I am super excited for this super short series that I'm going to be bringing you guys. This first look that I created for you guys, of course, is a super classic bold lip Valentine's Day look, and the next look that I will be doing for you guys is obviously going to be a more bold, dramatic Valentine's Day look for those of you who just like to go a little bit more out there for your Valentine's Day looks. And I also have a huge surprise for you guys coming in my next video, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So before we get into this gorgeous palette, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and of course don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload new content. And most importantly, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Melly Gonzalez MUA and share this video. All right, you guys, without further ado, let's stop chit-chatting and let's just get into it. Okay, you guys, so getting into today's video, like I said, I did want to give you a full in-depth tutorial on this palette. So I'm going to be giving you my opinions on everything from packaging to the swatches to, of course, the finishing touches of how these colors applied on my face. And this is a transition palette, which means that Christen Dominique really wanted this palette to be an all-in-one. So you can use this to contour, fill in your eyebrows, do your eyeshadow, of course, contour your nose, brighten, blush. You can really just do it all with this palette. So I'm going to be giving you guys all of the deets on the colors that you can use to do that with. And of course, I'll be showing you a tutorial on how I got this look using the colors in this palette. So starting off with the packaging, when I received this package, it was absolutely stunning. I love how they wrapped it and took just a little extra step in wrapping it really beautifully, putting a sticker on it, and it also comes with a personalized DC card written by Dominique herself. I thought that that was just really cute that they took that extra step. Every time that I have ordered from Dominique Cosmetics in the past, you can really tell that everything from the packaging to the finishing touches on these palettes and the products is just really, really high quality, and you can actually purchase a lot of her stuff at Sephora as well. So she really just has outdone herself with her brand. The feel on this palette is very, very velvety. It is super, super soft, so the quality is definitely there. As you can see, it is embroidered in this beautiful DC logo, which is very, very stunning as well. Back of the packaging, we do have the colors that are in the palette, and these are actually embroidered as well, so they do pop out of the packaging, if that makes sense. But just all these little details just really mean a lot to me when I'm purchasing products, because it really shows me that the owner of the brand is just really taking it one step further and really just cares about how their packaging looks. Here on the side of the palette, I'm not sure if you guys can see it on camera, it actually does say "Keep It Simple," which was Dominique's slogan for this palette collection. With everything that has been going on in 2020 and even now in 2021, I don't know about you guys, 2021 thankfully is going a lot better for me than what it was last year, but a lot of people are having a really rough time. And Dominique's idea behind this palette was just keep it simple. And I thought that was such a beautiful idea to bring into this collection, because regardless of what you're going through, just keep it simple. Don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. If you're like me and you like to just overthink a lot of things, I really just love that Dominique really just wanted to ground us with this palette by just reminding us to keep it simple. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful. So as you open the packaging for this palette, on the inside label, it does say keep it simple. And when you take out the palette, on the inside of this box, I don't want to like ruin it, but I do want to show you guys that it does say all on the inside of the box to keep it simple. So she's really, really reminding you throughout this whole palette to just keep it simple. So this is what the palette looks like. And the palette itself is also very, very velvety. So it's not just the packaging that it came in. The palette itself is very, very velvety as well. And I just love the aesthetic of this palette. I love these color tones that she chose, the scheme of this palette. Very, very eye-catching, super cute, super sophisticated. And honestly, this just screams Dominique to me, because when I think of sophisticated, I really do just think of Dominique, because she really just is the embodiment of that word. So now going through the colors in this palette, you have frothy, natural, caramel, toffee, honey, soft and sweet, blushing, chai, cinnamon, coffee beans, hazelnut, mocha, ash, coal, and smoky. So I am going to go ahead and swatch the colors for you guys, and then I'm going to give you a little rundown on what colors you can use for what part of your face. So here on my hand, I'm showing you guys the first row in this palette, and from right to left, this is a frothy, natural, caramel, toffee, and honey. And now going in with the second row from right to left, this is soft and sweet, blushing, chai, cinnamon, and coffee beans. And now going into the last row from right to left, we have hazelnut, mocha, ash, coal, and smoky. All right, you guys, so now that I have the colors all swatched for you, I did want to give you the rundown on what colors you could use for what part of your face. Since this is a transition palette, you can use this, like I said, to fill in your eyebrows, to contour, to blush, to brighten, to highlight. You can really just use it for anything. So this is a perfect all-in-one palette if you're traveling, or if you even have a wedding, a prom, whatever it is that you have. Just grab one palette and you have everything there for you. So I'm just gonna kind of give you guys a little overview on what shades you can use for what. And of course, this is gonna depend on your personal skin tone. I'm gonna tell you guys throughout the tutorial what colors I use on my face according to my skin tone, so feel free to use those colors as well. But if you are of a lighter skin tone or of a darker skin tone, you can kind of feel out the colors for yourself and kind of play around with them and see what colors work best with your skin tone. I'm gonna give you guys just kind of the overall main idea here. So frothy and natural, these two brighter shades can be used to brighten your face. So you can use this underneath your eyes to brighten. You can use it to brighten up or fix your jawline. You can obviously use it down the bridge of your nose as well. So any part of your face that you really just want to brighten a little bit more, you could definitely go in with frothy and natural. So moving on to contour, I used caramel and mocha, but I'm gonna kind of just give you guys a little overview on what colors you can use to contour. If you are of a much lighter skin complexion, then I would definitely recommend contouring with caramel or toffee. These are both very beautiful light bronzy shades that I think would look really well with light to medium skin tones. If you are a little bit more tan, I would definitely recommend going in with cinnamon, cocoa beans. You could almost even go in with caramel and toffee as well. And if you are of a much darker skin tone, then I would recommend going in with hazelnut, mocha, cinnamon, or cocoa beans. Any of those 4 shades would honestly look absolutely stunning to contour. Now you can also use some of the colors in this palette to blush as well. So the 3 shades that you can use as blush in this palette would be Soft and Sweet, which was one of the shades that I used, Blushing, and Chai. Now the last thing that you can use this palette for as well is to fill in your eyebrows. So really just depending on the color of your hair, you can kind of feel out what colors you'd be using to do that with. So honestly, this could be anything from caramel to toffee, cinnamon, coffee beans, and this whole bottom row, except ash, because ash is just a really gray color, so I don't really think you would use that to fill in your brows. But me personally, since I do have a darker hair, I used to just fill in my eyebrows a little bit of coal. But if you do have very natural black hair, I would definitely recommend going in with smoky. If you do have lighter hair, then you could go in with hazelnut, mocha, cinnamon, or coffee beans. If you have blonde hair, then I would recommend going in with caramel or toffee. All right, you guys, so there you have it. You have a little bit of overview over the packaging, the swatches, what color you can use for what part of your face. So now let's go ahead and get into today's video to see how these colors work on our skin. All right, you guys, so as you can see, I already have my face makeup all done, and I will put in the description box below the products that I used for today's face look. But I really wanted the focus of this video to just be this gorgeous palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by bronzing and contouring. So since the pans in this transition palette are pretty small, I'm gonna be going into this blush brush by my Equate Beauty because it is a smaller brush, so it will get right into those colors. I'm gonna go into this color right here, Toffee, and I'm gonna go right into my cheeks just to start adding some definition. Okay, and just to deepen up this color just a little bit more, I'm gonna be going into this shade down here called Mocha, and I'm gonna be putting this right along that other previous color that I just went into, Toffee, just to give a little bit more of definition into my cheekbone. So since this is a Valentine's Day look and we're going really subtle in our eyes, I definitely wanted to accentuate all the other areas of my face, which would be my cheekbones, my jawline, my nose. So even though it might look a little crazy right now, you just have to trust the process. Now I'm going to be going into this e.l.f. powder brush just to kind of buff toffee and mocha together so we don't have any harsh lines, and our cheekbone just kind of blends in nice with the rest of our face without looking too sharp. Okay, now I'm going to be going back into mocha, and I'm going to be using the blush brush by e.l.f. and I'm going to be dipping into this color just to define my jawline. And I'm going in with mocha because since it is a darker brown, I really want to use it to define my jawline because we want this jawline snatched, honey. We have been getting ridiculous amount of snow, and when I say ridiculous amount of snow, I really mean like ridiculous amount of snow. I am originally from Florida, so honestly, like any amount of snow is a ridiculous amount of snow for me. But this past week and this weekend, I'd say that we got at least a good 2 to 3 feet, which is not usual for the state that I live in. Over the past couple of months, we have been getting snow here and there, but this weekend, I'd have to say we've gotten the most amount of snow that we've gotten since I've been living here. And it is insane. Like, we are literally trapped inside our house, which I don't mind. The introvert in me is really happy because I just get to lay in my bed, watch Netflix with my son, chill, stuff my face with food. So I am not complaining about it. But I have been noticing that the more it snows and the more dry the air gets, the more I tend to break out on my face. So I don't know if you guys can really see it on camera, but I have been getting a lot of breakouts in this area right here, up here, here, like just everywhere. I've been getting so much more breakouts. My skin is a lot more textured than what it used to be. So I'm having to kind of switch up a lot of my skincare products and just try new things. So if you guys know of any really good skincare products for dry skin or dry weather, just comment them down below. I would greatly appreciate it. So very quickly, I'm going to be going into my L'Oreal Hydra Perfect Loose Powder, and I did review this in my previous video. This is a drugstore product, so if you want to check that out, I will have the link down below. And I'm going to be using this just to define my jawline a little bit more. So I'm going to be taking it on my beauty blender and very gently just dragging it across my cheek like this. And what this is going to do, it's really going to help sharpen up that cheekbone. It's really going to help define your jawline so you can look all snatched and just flawless for Valentine's Day. And I'm gonna do it here on my other cheek as well. Okay, you guys, so while we let that sit and bake for a few minutes, I'm gonna be going into this Essence Eye Blender brush, and I'm gonna be digging back into this color up here, Toffee, and I'm gonna use a Toffee to take down the bridge of my nose just to snatch my nose a little bit. All right, you guys, now I'm gonna be taking the same brush and I'm gonna be digging into this color right here called Frothy. And I'm gonna be taking this down the top bridge of my nose just to add a little bit more definition. I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but just like I said before, just trust the process. Now I'm gonna be taking this blush brush by Equate Beauty just to buff out that bake that we had. And I'm gonna be taking it down the bridges of my nose just to blend out that contour. So before we move into the rest of our makeup, I did want to mention, since this is a review, that the colors that I've been using so far have not given me any issue blending them into the rest of my makeup. They're blending very well. They're building on top of one another really well. When I went into Toffee and Mocha here on my cheeks, they did both blend very well together. And I haven't been getting a whole lot of kickback on the pan either. So far, so good. All right, guys, so since you can also use this palette for blush, I'm going to be going into this beautiful color right here called Blushing, and I'm going to be taking this on the apples of my cheeks. So when going in with these colors, I will just give you a quick tip to go in very lightly since they are really pigmented. You definitely don't want to dip a heavy hand into the pan and just pack it onto your face because they are very, very pigmented. Okay, you guys, now I'm going to be going in with this color right here, again, Frothy, and I'm going to be mixing it a little bit with Natural. So I'm going to mix these two colors together just to brighten underneath my eyes. So I know it's not Sunday when you guys are watching this video, but it is Sunday today, Super Bowl Sunday. So I was just curious to know what team you guys were rooting for. I am not a huge, like, sports person, but Girl, I do love me some football. I have to give like a huge shout out to my stepdad because he was actually the person that got me into football. We're originally from Florida and he is a huge die-hard Miami Dolphins fan. So every time football season comes around, I just always have such good memories of tailgating, going to the football games, waking up super early, getting there early, barbecuing. Just like I miss those moments, like pre-COVID era when you could tailgate and everybody was just outside barbecuing and you can just smell the barbecue. I used to get my face painted, and I will actually insert a picture here. It's actually a pretty embarrassing picture, but I'll go ahead and insert it for you guys. This is a 15-year-old me all excited at one of the Miami Dolphin football games, and I just have a special place in my heart for football. Okay, I'm just, you know what? I'm here for it. How do you guys feel about The Weeknd? Like, hear me out. When The Weeknd first came out, he did have a lot of really good music, but over the past few years, I feel like he's kind of died down a little bit. So it was actually a little surprising to me that they put him in the Super Bowl halftime show, because Super Bowl halftime show is like the halftime show. Like, you have to be like a hit A-list artist to make it into the halftime show. And I was really surprised when they put The Weeknd, because honestly, I don't want to sound super mean, but he's just not like it for me anymore. So I don't know, I think they could have just picked somebody else. I don't know, we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins. Of course, by the time that you guys watch this video, we'll already know who the winner is, but I personally, I'm low-key rooting for the Tampa Bay Bucks just because, you know, go Brady. We all know Tom Brady. Like, he's a great football player. He's a great quarterback. But honestly, I have to say that I'm kind of rooting for the Kansas Chiefs here because Mahomes, he's a really good, like, upcoming quarterback. I mean, obviously, he's been for the past couple of years. They both have won Super Bowls, but I'm just really interested to see how this whole game plays out. I'm honestly just kind of rooting for both, if that makes sense. So I don't really have like a specific team that I'm rooting for. I just, you know what, whoever wins, I'll be happy. All right, you guys, so enough chit chat about football. Let's get back to this Valentine's Day look. And for my eyes, I'm gonna be going into this color right here called Soft and Sweet. And I'm going to be using this as my transition shade on my eyes. So I'm going to be putting this onto my crease and kind of buffing it out towards the outer corner. This is a super classic Valentine's Day look, so we're not going to do too much on the eyes. Okay, so just to deepen up the crease a little bit more, I'm going to be dipping into this shade right here called Caramel. Okay, you guys, so even though this is supposed to be a very soft and sweet I did want to go back into the original Christen Dominique's Latte palette, and I'm going to be dipping into this color down here called Caramel Brulee. And I'm going to be using my finger just to put a little bit of this on my lids. I just wanted to add just a little bit of sparkle onto the eyes just to give a little pop. Okay, you guys, now I'm going to be going into my second favorite eyeliner, which is the Estee Black Liner. We all know my first favorite is NYX Epic Ink liner, but I'm not going to be using this one today. I'm just going to be going in with my Estee liner. Since we didn't do a whole lot with our eyes today, I just wanted to do a thicker eyeliner. So I am just going to trace the natural shape of my eye, but I am going to make it a little bit thicker than usual just to give a little bit more dimension. I don't know what you want to call it. Just give my eyes a little bit more something. All right, and now that we finished going in with our liner, I'm going to hop off camera super quick just to throw on some lashes, and I will be right back to finish off the rest of this classic Valentine's Day look. I am back and I have my lashes thrown on. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Maybelline The Falsies mascara just to coat my eyelashes a little bit. Okay, now that our lashes are thrown on, now that we finished doing our mascara and got all of that good stuff out of the way, I'm going to smoke out the bottom of my eye a little bit. So I'm going to be going back into the transition palette, and I'm going to be using this super cute smudge brush from Equate Beauty, and I'm going to be digging into this color Cinnamon, and I'm going to be taking this on the bottom of my eyes. Does anyone else feel like their makeup look isn't complete without smoking out the bottom of your eyes. Every single makeup look that I do, whether it's an everyday look, whether it's a glam look, I always have to smoke out the bottom of my eyes, because without it, I just feel naked, if that makes sense. So this is just like a go-to step for me. I always have to smoke out the bottom of my eyes. I am so excited with how this look is coming out, you guys. I am just over the moon. Honestly, I feel like I could just be on like a telenovela right now, just like, where's the fan? All I need is a fan and a smoke machine, and I could totally just be in a novela right now. All right, you guys, so we're almost done with this look. I'm gonna be going into the original Christen Dominique Latte palette. As a lot of you guys may know by now, this is like my holy grail highlighter. So I'm gonna be dipping into this color right here called Machiatto, and I'm gonna be using this to just highlight my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and I'm also going to be taking a little bit of Machiatto into the inner corner of my eyes just to add a little bit of a pop of color there as well. I just live for this highlighter every single time. I'm done. All right, you guys, so since we are almost done with this look, we have our face, we have our jaw snatched, we have our nose snatched, we have our eyes all done. The last step in this look is obviously the lip. The lip is what just ties this whole look together. This is a very classic Valentine's Day look, so of course you want to have a very bold lip, and you can have a bold lip with either a really nice pink, a fuchsia, a red, a vampy lip, really any color that's like your favorite go-to color. You can honestly use it as a bold lip for this look. Me personally, I'm gonna go in with just a classic red because that just screams Valentine's Day to me. So I'm gonna be going in with Anastasia, and this is in a shade Ruby. It is a very, very classic red. And then I'm gonna be topping this off with my Revlon Ultra HD, and this is in color Amor. All right, ladies, so to finish off this classic Valentine's Day look, of course, we have to set it. So I'm going to be going in with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Set Spray and just spraying this all over my face, because whether you're staying in for a house date or going out, you definitely don't want this look to slip. You don't want it to go anywhere, because you just want to be looking fabulous all night, okay? All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I am so excited with how this look came out. I hope that you are absolutely obsessed with this look as much as I am. This is just a very, very classic bold lip Valentine's Day look. So I do want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have an amazing time, whether you're having a nice intimate date at home with your loved one, or if you're going out, or even if you don't have a loved one and you are just single lady for this Valentine's Day. Don't be ashamed in that. Just continue growing, continue investing in yourself. Throw on this makeup look, go grab yourself a Starbucks, and just be the bad that you are. Like I always say, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you absolutely love this look. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and of course, give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more looks like this one, and I will see you guys in my next video.